Good Tuesday evening. I'm NTV Chief Meteorologist Eddie Shear. Certainly has been a chilly start to the month of October. No getting around that. Here are the latest temperatures and wind chills as of 5:43 p.m. Newfoundland Daylight Time. And as we can see, most areas across Newfoundland below 9 degrees, and that's astounding considering the average high this time of year is close to 14, pretty well island-wide. In Labrador, most areas are below 8 as well. 3 right now in Lab City, where the average high this time of year is 8. Average highs along the coast of Labrador closer to 9, so most of us running significantly below normal, which will continue for the next several days. Looks like some warmer weather comes in as we go into next week, which is certainly going to be welcome. Satellite and radar loop showing that things across most of the province are relatively quiet out there this afternoon. The exception looks to be a few showers across southwestern Newfoundland, kind of a harbinger of things to come. Notice this rain and snow working into areas of southeastern Quebec. This is in coordination with the developing area of low pressure, which is going to track south of Newfoundland as we go through tonight and tomorrow, and even tomorrow evening. And if we were like in November, I'd be worried about a widespread significant snowfall, but because it's only early October, I think most of us see rain, even though the computer was showing a little bit of snow over interior southern Newfoundland tomorrow during the day, which is possible, but I don't think it's going to stick even if it does happen. We'll call it a low-impact snow, if there is such a thing. And by tomorrow evening, the rain is winding down on the Avalon as the low is pulling away. Here is another reason I think we're going to see predominantly rain. Notice by 5 o'clock tomorrow morning, the future computer showing temperatures for southern Newfoundland between 4 and 6 degrees. Too warm for snow. I think most of the lower levels of the atmosphere are in fact too warm for snow tomorrow for almost all areas. So even though the computer is showing snow, I can't actually go in and change the precipitation type. I think as we get away from the coast, we may see rain mixing with snow, but for many of us right on coastal areas could see a few wet flakes, but mostly rain tomorrow, 99% rain I think as we go into tomorrow morning. Now the Burgeo Highway, Beta Spare Highway, higher elevations could run into some wet snow during the daylight hours tomorrow. As we go into noon, southern Newfoundland, Burin Peninsula, parts of the Avalon seeing the rain with some gusty northeasterly. It's going to be a cold rain, but rain nonetheless, with temperatures hovering at about 4 or 5 degrees above freezing. And as we get into tomorrow afternoon, that rain works onto the Avalon Peninsula, and I think that's all it's going to be, is just rain. Maybe ending as some wet flurries tomorrow evening, and that's a big maybe in my mind right now, as it just looks like it's going to be a little too warm to see any snowflakes tomorrow. Now Thursday could be a little bit of a different story. Talk about that coming up more on the evening news hour, and I'll post more about that on social media as we go into the day tomorrow. But for southern and eastern Newfoundland, just expect some rain. Tonight and tomorrow could see several millimeters in some areas. In Labrador, looking at some showers along the coast overnight. Going to be chilly in the west, averaging about -4 in Lab City for the overnight low. And then for the day tomorrow across the big land, highs between like 3 and 7 degrees with a few flurries at times in Labrador West. So there's your forecast for the next 24 hours. A little bit complex on the island, but luckily it's only October, early November, so we're talking about more rain and less in the way of snow. A month from now would be a different story, but we'll talk about that a month from now. Have a great evening, and I'll catch you on the NTV Evening News Hour between 6 and 7. And if you don't see me then, you can catch me on social media. Meteorologist Eddie Shear on Facebook, at Eddie Shear on Twitter, at Eddie Shear on Instagram. And as always, I'll see you tomorrow as well. Have a good one.